Have you ever caught your reflection and for a split second didn't quite recognize the man staring back? Maybe he looked a little more tired, a little less sure of himself. Maybe you felt something inside whisper, "Where did the old me go?" If you've ever felt that, even for a moment, you are not alone. Hi, I'm Dr. Laura, and today I want to show you something simple, something powerful, that could help you feel more like yourself again. Something that doesn't require pills, surgery, or pretending everything's fine when it's not. I'm talking about the quiet power of touch, but not just any touch. This is a focused, science-backed technique known as male wellness massage, and it's changing the way older men reconnect with their bodies, their energy, and their sense of confidence. You see, as we age, something happens. Our bodies slow down, sure, but sometimes we slow down, not just physically, but emotionally. We start to pull away from the mirror. We start to believe that aging means fading. But what if that wasn't true? What if there were a way to press reset, not just on your muscles or joints, but on how you feel about being in your own skin? Male wellness massage is more than relaxation. It's about reigniting your connection to the body you've lived in for decades. It's about bringing warmth, blood flow, and vitality back into places that have gone quiet. And yes, it's about improving sexual health, boosting your mood, and giving you back that spark that might have dimmed over time. Most people think of massage as a luxury, a spa day indulgence. But the truth is, when done intentionally, with specific techniques and purpose, it becomes a form of self-repair, a tool, a way to rebuild what stress, age, and self-doubt have slowly taken. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through how this works, not in theory, but in practice. How touch, when used with the right approach, can help strengthen your erections, ease tension in key muscle groups, and even rewire how you feel emotionally about intimacy and self-worth. You'll learn why this isn't just spiritual fluff. It's rooted in biology and backed by science. I'll explain what parts of your body hold the most tension, what techniques make the biggest difference, and how even one small ritual a day can lead to lasting, meaningful change. This is your body, your life. And no matter how many birthdays you've celebrated, you don't have to accept shrinking energy or a fading presence. You have the right and the ability here to feel strong, confident, and alive. You're not broken, you're not past your prime, you're simply in a new chapter. And like any great chapter, it deserves your full attention. So if you've noticed changes, maybe you feel a little more tired than usual. Maybe your intimacy isn't what it once was. Maybe you've just stopped feeling like you. Then I invite you to stay with me. Because what you're about to learn isn't just about massage. It's about taking your power back, one breath, one touch, one moment at a time. This is where the turning point begins. Ready? Let's talk about something most men don't like to talk about. Getting older. Not just the number on your birthday cake, but what aging actually feels like day to day. You wake up and your energy's different, not gone, just muted. You try to move the way you used to, but there's a stiffness that wasn't there before. An intimacy, that powerful connection between your body and your confidence, starts to feel out of reach. This isn't in your head, it's biology. As men age, hormone levels begin to shift. Testosterone dips, circulation slows, and muscles lose some of their strength. These changes happen quietly, like lights dimming in a room where you used to shine brightly. And yet, here's what society tells you. It's normal. Just accept it. But I'm here to tell you, you don't have to accept fading. There's a difference between natural changes and giving up control. And this is exactly where male wellness massage steps in. Not as some miracle cure, but as a practical, powerful tool to help you reconnect with the man you still are, underneath the fatigue, the tension, the silence. These specialized massages are designed to meet aging exactly where it shows up in the male body, in tight pelvic muscles, restricted blood flow, and the emotional weight of not feeling like yourself anymore. They're not about pampering, they're about restoration. Take a moment and think. Have you noticed your erections aren't as strong or dependable as they used to be? Or maybe you finish too quickly. Not because you're overly excited, but because your body's no longer in sync with your mind? That disconnect is more common than most men think. In fact, research shows that between 3 to 5% of men over 50 experience sexual difficulties. And those are just the ones willing to admit it. But here's the good news. These challenges aren't permanent. With the right techniques, applied gently and intentionally, you can stimulate blood flow, relax constricted muscle groups, and reawaken sensation in places you thought had gone quiet forever. Imagine feeling warmth return to areas that felt cold, strength in muscles that had gone soft, a flicker of desire where there used to be frustration. That's not fantasy. That's the body responding to care, the way it was designed to. Wellness massage helps shift your experience of aging from passive to powerful. It's about reclaiming control of your body instead of watching it slip away. And no, this isn't about chasing your 25-year-old self. This is about honoring your current self, the man who's lived, who's endured, who deserves to feel good in his own skin, not in spite of his age, but because of it. So let me ask you something deeply personal. What changes have you noticed? Maybe it's been harder to feel desire. Maybe your confidence in the bedroom isn't what it used to be. Maybe you've simply stopped reaching out, stopped asking, stopped trying. That's okay. That's human. But today, right now, you have a choice. You can keep waiting for something to change, or you can step forward, gently but boldly, and explore a new way of taking care of yourself. Because this isn't the end of your story. It's a new chapter. And one touch at a time, you can rediscover what your body is still capable of. So how does this actually work? How can a few intentional movements, guided by your own hands or someone you trust, spark real physical change in your body? The answer lies not in wishful thinking, but in biology, in how your blood flows, in how your nerves respond, and most importantly, in how your body relaxes enough to heal what stress and age have quietly tightened over time. Let's break this down. At the core of male wellness massage is a powerful truth. Circulation is everything. As we get older, blood doesn't flow as freely as it used to, especially in areas critical for intimacy and energy. What once surged now trickles. What used to respond instantly takes time, or sometimes doesn't respond at all. But when you apply slow, rhythmic pressure to specific muscle groups, especially in the pelvic and lower abdominal area, you're doing more than just relaxing tissue. You're literally training your body to open up again. One technique, known as rhythmic massage, uses steady flowing strokes to stimulate the muscles involved in erections. These aren't random touches. They follow the grain of your muscle, encouraging blood to enter where it's needed most. Over time, this increased flow helps restore firmness and stamina. Then there's the manual ring technique, a simple circular movement using the thumb and forefinger. Think of it as a way to wake up the nerves that have gone dull from years of tension, disuse, or even emotional withdrawal. It's gentle, it's precise, and for many men, it's the first time in years they've felt truly present in their own body. Another lesser-known but powerful method is the perineal massage, focusing on the area between the scrotum and anus. This zone, often overlooked, holds incredible influence over your pelvic floor health. When this area becomes tight, as it often does with age, stress, or sitting for long periods, it constricts blood flow and can even interfere with sexual response. Gently relaxing this space can release years of tension, leading to better control, heightened sensitivity, and a renewed sense of freedom in how your body moves and feels. But here's where it gets even more important. It's not just the physical tension that affects performance. It's the mental tension too. So many men carry silent anxiety about their performance. Worry becomes habit, fear of not being enough settles in, and before long, the brain becomes just as tense as the body. That's where these massage techniques shine, not just as physical therapy, but as emotional reset buttons. As you learn to breathe with the movement, to stay present with the sensation, to stop judging and just feel, something begins to shift. You stop fighting your body. You start listening to it. And in that space, that quiet moment of connection, healing happens. Imagine feeling your chest loosen as stress melts, Imagine feeling warmth rush down into areas that had gone quiet. Imagine looking in the mirror and seeing not just a man aging, but a man awakening. That's what this is about. It's not a quick fix. It's not a magic pill. It's a practice, rooted in science, elevated by presence, and sustained by care. And it's available to you right now. So as we move forward, remember, your body isn't your enemy. It's waiting for you to return. One breath, one touch, one choice at a time. Let's continue. And next I'll show you how to create the ideal environment for this healing work to begin. Before we talk about technique, let's talk about space. Because healing doesn't happen in chaos, growth doesn't happen in a rush, and self-care, real transformative self-care, begins in a space that tells your nervous system, you're safe now, you can let go. Think of this not as a task to check off, but as a ritual to return to, a small act of reverence, not for anyone else, but for yourself. So how do you set the stage? Start simple. Dim the lights. Let the room breathe in stillness. If the world outside feels harsh, let your space become your sanctuary, a soft buffer between your inner life and the noise of everything else. Some men find comfort in quiet, others prefer low music, something without words. A slow rhythm that matches the cadence of your breath. That's key. Rhythm. Your body responds to rhythm like a memory it never forgot. It grounds you. Consider adding warmth. A heated blanket, a soft towel, a warm compress placed gently over your lower belly or back. It signals to your muscles that it's okay to soften, that nothing here requires performance, only presence. Scent can be powerful too. Not overpowering colognes or synthetic sprays, but nature's notes. A drop of rosemary oil to awaken the senses, a bit of ginger to stimulate circulation, even sandalwood for grounding. Whatever you choose, always test a small area of your skin first. The goal is to engage the senses, not overwhelm them. This is where most men miss the mark. They treat self-care like a checklist. Rush in, do the thing, rush out. But your body isn't a machine waiting for a switch to flip. It's a conversation. And this is your invitation to finally listen. So take your time. Undress not just your body, but your tension, the roles you've played, the stories you've carried. Here in this space, you are not a husband, a worker, a father, a provider. You are simply a man, worthy of attention, worthy of softness, worthy of restoration. And yes, this will feel unfamiliar at first. Men are not taught to slow down. We are taught to endure, to keep pushing until something breaks. But I'll tell you a secret. The strongest men aren't the ones who never pause. They're the ones who know when to pause and how to honor what their body's asking for. So as you prepare for this massage, whether you're trying it alone or sharing the experience with someone, treat the setup with care. This is not just preparation. This is the beginning. The environment you create tells your body a story. Something new is happening, something healing, and I am ready. Let this become your sacred space. Not a one-time event, not a luxury, but a ritual. Maybe it's once a week, maybe it's every evening. A few minutes where the world fades out and your own needs, long buried beneath responsibility, rise gently to the surface. When you care for your space, you care for yourself. And when you care for yourself, the people who love you, your partner, your family, your friends, begin to feel that difference too. So go ahead, set the lights, choose the scent, press play on that soft instrumental track. Let your body know it's time. Time to rest, time to receive, time to come home. In the next chapter, we'll go deeper into connection, into intimacy, into how this practice can transform not just your physical body, but your relationships, your confidence, and your sense of being truly seen. Let's talk about something deeper now. Because male wellness massage isn't just about your body, it's about what lives beneath the skin. The quiet ache for connection, the need to feel valued, seen, and close to someone, including yourself. You see, as men, we're taught that strength is silence. That emotion is something to manage or bury. But over time, that kind of silence builds walls. And those walls don't just block pain, they block intimacy too. But here's the truth most men don't hear enough. You are wired for connection. Your skin isn't just a barrier, it's a bridge, a living, breathing doorway to feeling alive, with someone or within yourself. That's what this massage work is really about. Yes, it improves circulation. Yes, it supports sexual health. But more than that, it creates a space, a tender, private space, where you can begin to trust your body again, where you can let go of performance and rediscover presence. And if you choose to share this with a partner, it becomes something even more powerful. Imagine this. Instead of conversations filled with pressure or silence, there's quiet touch. No expectations. Just contact. Just care. The simple act of placing your hands on your partner or letting them place theirs on you, without an agenda, without rushing, begins to tell a new story between you. A story of safety, of permission, of being known again, not for what you do or what you've lost, but for who you still are. Many couples lose this language over time. Life happens, children, work, stress, aging, all of it piles on. And intimacy becomes a memory instead of a rhythm. But it doesn't have to stay that way. These massage rituals, even just 10 or 15 minutes, can reignite the spark not just of sex, but of emotional closeness. They rebuild the trust that says, I'm still here with you. I still see you. And if you're not in a relationship right now, that's okay too. Because intimacy isn't limited to romance. There's something deeply healing about learning to be with your own body. Not in judgment, but in compassion. Not trying to fix it, but honoring it. Exploring it not like a problem, but like a home you're learning to care for again. For many men, this is the first time they've allowed themselves to slow down and simply feel. To recognize that longing to be touched, not for utility, but for connection, isn't weakness, it's humanity. You don't outgrow the need to be held. You don't age out of affection. If anything, these needs become even more sacred with time. So whether you're doing these massages solo or with a partner, approach them like a conversation. Every movement says something. I trust you. I want to understand you. I care. That's what creates emotional safety. That's what restores closeness. That's what builds a sense of confidence that doesn't depend on performance, but on presence. Because when you feel safe in your own skin, you show up differently in every room you walk into. You carry yourself with quiet dignity. You speak with more ease. You connect more freely. Because that deep part of you, the part that felt forgotten, is finally being touched again. So start small, one technique, one evening, one breath. Let it be awkward, let it be new, but let it be yours. Because this isn't about youth, it's about aliveness. And aliveness is always worth returning to. In a moment, I'll invite you to reflect and share your experience. But first, let's close this journey with a few final thoughts to guide you forward. With strength, with clarity, and with heart. Shall we take a breath? After everything we've explored together, the science, the rituals, the power of touch and presence, I want to leave you with something simple, but important. You are not invisible. Maybe the world has gotten louder and faster. Maybe people around you don't notice the weight you carry, the changes you felt, or the quiet battles you've been fighting inside your own skin. But that doesn't mean you've disappeared. The truth is, you're still here, still capable, still worthy of feeling alive, of feeling confident, of being touched, not just physically, but emotionally. This practice we've been talking about, male wellness massage, is more than a technique. It's a way of remembering yourself, a way of whispering to the parts of you that got quiet over time. Hey, I'm still with you. And that matters, because when you take care of yourself like this, when you honor your body with patience instead of pressure, something shifts. You stop waiting for someone else to give you permission. You stop waiting for everything to be perfect. You begin instead to show up for you. So now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever tried anything like this before? A moment of care, not for your heart rate or your blood sugar, but for your sense of self? Have you ever slowed down long enough to really listen to what your body needs? Not just for survival, but for connection, for pleasure, for peace? If this conversation resonated with you, if even one part of today made you think, maybe I've been neglecting something important, then I encourage you to take the next step. Not tomorrow, not next week, tonight. Set aside 10 minutes, create the space we talked about. Light a candle, put on some quiet music, dim the lights. Try one technique, just one. Don't worry about doing it perfectly, just show up. You don't need anyone's permission to begin. You just need a little willingness and a little curiosity. And if you're feeling brave, share your experience. Drop a comment below. Let me and others know what came up for you. No judgment here, only respect. This is a community where you're allowed to be honest and human and learning. You'd be surprised how many men are walking around with the same questions, the same doubts, the same longings, and just need one voice, yours, to let them know they're not alone. And if this message meant something to you, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. Not just for me, but for you, so you never miss another conversation that puts your well-being, your wholeness at the center. Because this isn't about chasing youth. This is about choosing vitality. And every day you show up for yourself, in big ways or small, is a day you remind the world that men don't lose value as they age. They gain depth. So here's to you, the man who's still becoming, still learning, still willing to turn toward himself with care. Thank you for being here. I'm proud of you. Now go. Light the candle. Breathe. Begin.